PNC News First is presented by the Bank of Guam, the People's Bank. Pizza Hut, we're taking pizza to where it's never been before. Taco Bell, the only place where you live Moss. Colgate, the #1 brand recommended by dentists. And IT&D.
PNC News First, broadcasting live in high definition from Tumon, Guam, on KEQI and KTGM, and on KPPI on Saipan. Here is your PNC News team.
Half a day and good evening. You're watching PNC News First. We are live from the Broadcast Center at Akanta. I'm Jolene Tovis. Thanks for joining us. Topping our newscast tonight, shots were fired as police attempted to apprehend a suspect who took authorities on a car chase through Dededo early this morning. Let's take a look. Police spokesman Sergeant Paul Tapau says that the car chase began shortly before 4 in the morning when officers assigned to the Dededo precinct attempted to pull over a male individual driving a silver sedan on Route 16 in Harmon.
The vehicle failed to comply with the officers, in which a pursuit ensued with the officers and the subject vehicle. Now the pursuit entered to the Dededo proper along the Route 3 area and into the Dededo village.
The car chase ended in the Lada area of Dededo near the Ukudu pipeline, where yellow crime tape now blocks off the area. Tapau says that in the midst of attempting to pull over the individual, 2 officers had discharged their firearms.
Now, in regards to the shooting, the officers discharging their firearm, the Guam Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division is now assuming this case for this investigation alongside our investigators from Internal Affairs.
Exactly when and where the shots were fired could not be disclosed for the integrity of the case. Tapau says that CID will be doing a reconstruction of the scene. PNC spoke to witnesses in the area who reported hearing shots at around 4 a.m. and stayed in their homes to avoid stray fire.
Now, in reference to the condition of the individual that was within the vehicle, he was subsequently transported to Guam Regional Medical City, where he's being treated at this time.
A criminal and internal investigation has been launched. GPD says they will make information available to the public as the case develops. News from the federal court: an inmate has taken his claim that his religious rights have been violated by the Department of Corrections to the District Court of Guam, and it will be up to the federal court to decide if his claim is legitimate. Here's more. Dominic Felder has served 11 years out of a 20-year sentence for criminal sexual conduct. For 11 years, he says he was allowed to practice the braiding of his hair as a religious activity, a practice his wife carried out during visitation.
On the 4th of 2019, I was instructed by Officer Mesa, Frank Mesa, that I would not be allowed to braid my hair. And so for 19 days, I've been writing back and forth with the administration, writing to Major Kitagua, Major Uggan, also to the warden, that there was a violation of my practice because of braiding my hair. I'm a Muslim. So I've been writing to them trying to solve the situation of why they're stopping me from braiding my hair. Going through the patient for the past 11 years, I've been inside there. My wife has been braiding my hair during this station.
He likens his wife braiding his hair as a religious act to the act of prayer before a meal. But the Department of Corrections contends that they have addressed the matter. In a memorandum dated June 12, 2019, Major Anton Uggan writes, quote, "Inmate Felder, I received your remedy request dated June 11, 2019, and after reviewing your requests, it is clear that this issue has been addressed by Major M.M. Kitagua and myself. Let me make this clear. No matter how many remedies you write, your wife will not be allowed to braid your hair during visitation. Contrary to what you think, we, DOC, are not violating your religious rights. You may braid your hair while at the housing unit prior to visitation, but not during visitation. As previously stated, it is not proper for your wife to braid your hair during visitation. It is not sanitary and does not respect the rights of others during their visitation." End quote. The complaint points to other possible allegations of rights violations. Felder, in his request for relief, indicates that he does not have an actual place to pray and carries out this act in the communal bathroom, near the commode in his cell, or in open queue. He goes on to further indicate that he is also hindered in practicing religious activities such as Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, Jummah, and Salah. Felder's wife claims that since seeking remedies, the warden, Alan Borja, has threatened her husband, and that is why they have taken his claim to federal court.
When going through this process, the reason why the suit was actually filed is because he was threatened by the warden. Not just to cut his hair and visitation, things of that nature, but there was actually a physical threat on his life, which, upon, belief and information from other inmates, it was said by the warden.
While DOC has yet to file a response to the complaint as it was filed Friday, September 27, 2019, Felder asserts that DOC's basis for not allowing Felder's wife to braid his hair is in reference to sanitation, respecting the rights of others, and that it is improper. However, safety as a concern was not brought up by DOC. The Religious Land Use and Institutionalized Persons Act, which Felder cites, assures that those confined in government institutions such as prisons will be protected in the practice of their faith. RLUIPA prohibits the federal government from imposing a substantial burden on prisoners' freedom of religion. Turning our eyes to public health, with almost 3 weeks since the announcement of the first locally acquired case of dengue fever, the government of Guam has issued another update about the disease. Let's check in with PNC's Amanda Dedicatoria for more.
After a test conducted by the Department of Public Health and Social Services, the number of confirmed cases of dengue fever on the island has now risen to 12. According to a release from the Joint Information Center, 8 of those cases were locally acquired, and the remaining 4 were imported. In addition, Crystal Paco, the governor's spokesperson, says that the number of locally acquired cases may rise.
So although we stay at status quo this morning, we are pending one test today. There's one being tested today, and I think we're pending another receipt of another test. So hopefully we'll have results by the end of the day.
On Friday, Public Health's epidemiological surveillance team visited the home of the patient who was diagnosed with the latest case, as well as an establishment they frequently visit, and has received consent for pesticide spraying. In addition, teams dispatched by Public Health surveyed the mosquito populations of all 11 sites associated with both the locally and imported cases of dengue fever, and reported that preliminary screening tests of captured mosquitoes have returned negative for the presence of the virus. As for preventative items such as insect repellents and devices, the Guam Environmental Protection Agency continues to advise the community to use such products that are EPA registered as well as established. For those who intend to import pesticide and repellent products to the island, a notice of arrival must be submitted to Guam EPA prior to the shipment's arrival. Because of the recent dengue cases, Guam EPA Administrator Walter Leon Guerrero says that all notices of arrival will be processed with a same-day turnaround. For those who are interested in learning more about dengue fever and how to mitigate its spread, outreach efforts will be conducted by Gov Guam both this week and next week. The first informational briefing will take place tomorrow, October 1st at Liguan Elementary School, then Thursday, October 3rd at the BP Carbolito Elementary School, as well as next week, Tuesday, October 8th at the Maritzo Elementary School. All briefings will be held at 6 p.m. Amanda Dedicatoria, PNC News.
Thanks, Amanda, for that report. To view the latest information about the island's dengue cases, the government's mitigation efforts, and about how you can help prevent its spread, please visit ghs.guam.gov. Turning our eye back to crime, police are searching for a man wanted in connection with an ongoing criminal sexual conduct investigation. 46-year-old Jason Oscar Quintanilla Susuico, a resident of Chalampago, is reportedly wanted for questioning in a sexual assault case. He is described as Guamanian, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing approximately 190 pounds. He has a light complexion with black hair and brown eyes. Susuico's last known employer is the Guam Army National Guard Recruiting and Retention Division. He drives a 2005 silver Toyota Tundra with the license plate number MNG 5291 and is known to frequent Chalampago, Barragata, and Harmon. Police caution the public, stating that he is possibly armed and should not be approached, further indicating that he is believed to be avoiding authorities and may run if spotted. If you see Susuiko or have information regarding his whereabouts, please notify authorities at 477-8540 or contact Crime Stoppers at 477-4357. Don't go away. Up next, we'll talk about the progress of the reinspection of the shipping container that was found to have brown widow spiders, a leadership conference for young professionals, and a food tour about Filipino and Chamorro cuisine that will take place this week.